BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to the action here at the Jack in the Region 7 1A basketball tournament. It's the girls' turn to take the court as your West Lincoln Lady Bears taking on the Lady Bulldogs from the Mississippi School for the Deaf out of Jackson. Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Tullis. Glad to be joining you here on BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. Thank you very much for joining us here. And we might have some good basketball here tonight. The Lady Bears obviously are very much favored to win the region and go deep into the playoffs. But don't discount these Lady Bulldogs. As I watched their game against Salem yesterday, and I can tell you, if they get hot, they are dangerous. You do not want to take them lightly by any stretch of the imagination. If they get hot on the shots, they are going to shoot the lights out of anybody they play. They certainly took it to Salem last night as they defeated the Lady Cats 55-38 in their game yesterday. And previously had beaten Salem twice earlier in the year, or one other time in the year, 62-32, when Salem went up to their house at MSD. MSD coming in with a record overall of 5-9. Again, this wins coming over the Salem Lady Cats as well as several other schools for the deaf, including Texas, South Carolina, Alabama, and several others. So again, if they get hot on their shooting, do not discount them. The Lady Bears may end up having all they can handle tonight, depending on how they come out tonight. 22-4 is the Lady Bears record. They have not lost since the end of December, since they lost to Jefferson County. And when they last faced MSD, they did beat them pretty handedly, 61-19 when they went up to play in Jackson. And MSD, unfortunately, was not able to come down for their game against West Lincoln on January 22nd and ended up having to forfeit that game. So Lady Bears undefeated against the Lady Bulldogs, but again, if they get hot, don't underestimate them. So we might see some interesting basketball here tonight, depending on how all this transpires. So we'll take a break and be back in just a moment for the starting lineups. This is BSPN, the Bears Sports Network. Had the playing of the national anthem, and Eli McEwen will be giving the starting lineups here in just a second. Eli, of course, the PA guy.
Number 4, Rainey Martin. Number 14, Gabby DeLone. Number 15, Chloe Sterling. Number 32, Elizabeth Burton.
So there's a starting lineup for your West Lincoln Lady Bears, and of course didn't call out the MSD starting lineup as at the request of their coach. And, well, it's a school for the deaf, so I'm sure you can understand why. All right, about to get underway here. Tip-off about to happen as we begin the number 1 seeded Lady Bears taking on the MSD Lady Bulldogs. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors here before we get started. I want to thank Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, as well as Wilson Timber, and then Corey Myers at Higginbotham Insurance, sponsoring the Bears and Lady Bears three-pointers here at the Jack. So we are just about to get underway here, as Jacayla Hunter going to be in the center for the Lady Bears. Kaylin Yarborough in the center for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs got their hands on it first. Ball probably going to go out of bounds, though. And saying it last came off the hands of Rainey Martin. So Jamaria Johnson of the Lady Bulldogs going to get the ball back into play. Trying to adjust my microphone here a little bit. Lady Bulldogs in control as Yarborough quickly loses the ball to Elizabeth Burton. Burton on the fast break, passes to Rainey Martin. Burton right back to it, going to shoot a three and make the Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer for the Lady Bears. Lady Bears striking first to get on the board, 3-0, 7:40 to go as we are just underway. Ball being passed, Chloe Sterling nearly got a steal, but it came right off of her hands and went out of bounds, so the Lady Bulldogs will get it back over close to the home bleachers. And Coach Lane Young already going to call a timeout to talk to his players for just a moment. So we'll take a quick timeout, be back in just a minute. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BSPN is a production of Strangely Warmed Media. To learn more, visit our website at strangelywarmed.media.
BSPN.
Getting back underway here. Just a 30-second timeout, so we're going to get back into the action here as MSD going to get the ball first. Jamaria Johnson to inbound the ball for the Lady Bulldogs and gets it over to Shyler Thomas. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Thomas being guarded closely. Tried to get it back over to Johnson, but the ball going to go out of bounds, and the Lady Bears will get it back near the Jack Pack. West Lincoln up 3-0 here to start the game. We're just over 30 seconds in officially as Rainey Martin comes down the court, finds Kylie Jurassic over to Chloe Sterling real quick, taking the three-pointer. That's going to be no good as Jacayla Hunter got the rebound. Now Lady Bulldogs putting the ball back in play. And Chloe Sterling nearly got a steal as Johnson was trying to pass the ball once again for MSD, and the ball going to go out of bounds. MSD will be getting it back as Jamaria Johnson going to inbound for the Lady Bulldogs. Finds Kaylin Yarborough. Yarborough still got it. Dishes it to Ingram. Shot taken by Yarborough. That's going to fall no good as Jacayla Hunter gets the rebound, gets it over to Rainey Martin. Martin, long pass to Chloe Sterling under the hoop. She puts it up, and now we got a whistle, and I think Sterling's going to be going to the charity stripe. And she will. That foul going to go against that one going to go against Jamaria Johnson of MSD, her first of the game. And Sterling, known as hot shot to her family and friends, takes her first shot at the stripe, and that's going to be no good. And the next shot going up. And that's going to fall out no good. So Chloe 0-2 at the charity stripe so far, but she gets it back really quickly as she's under heavy guard and tried to get the ball as it came loose. Ball still loose. MSD comes up with it as DeSayer Ingram drives to the hoop, puts it up, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bears as Gabby DeLon got a hand on it. Had a quick pass over to Chloe Sterling. And Sterling over back to DeLon. Back to Martin. It goes for the three. That's going to fall no good, but we got a whistle. And looks like DeSayer Ingram going to pick up her first foul of the game for MSD. She fouled, got a reach in on Martin as she was shooting. So Rainey Martin at the charity stripe. Her first shot goes in. 4-0 your score. West Lincoln in the lead, 6:19 to go here in the first period. As Rainey takes her second shot, that's going to fall in good as well. Actually going to let her shoot three, as she was shooting a three-pointer. And that one going to bounce out no good. Ball's loose. MSD comes up with it as Yarborough drives up the court. Guarded closely, evades traffic, goes to the hoop, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. That shot no good, but we got a whistle. And MSD going to go to the free throw line this time as Elizabeth Burton commits a reach-in foul. Chloe Johnson of MSD going to the free throw line. Her first shot, that's going to bounce out no good. And Johnson's next shot coming up. That's going to be put up, and it's going to be off the back of the iron. Chloe Sterling getting the rebound, driving down the court, evading traffic, goes to the hoop, lays it up, no good. As it rolls just out, but Jacayla Hunter was trying to get the rebound, and the ball goes right out of bounds. And they're going to say it actually touched one of the Lady Bulldogs last. So Gabby DeLong going to inbound the ball and puts it in play. Finds Hunter, finds Martin, finds Sterling. Sterling putting up the three-pointer. No good, but Jacayla Hunter there with the rebound and lays it up for two. 7-0 your score. Lady Bears in the lead currently as the ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it came off of Chloe Sterling. MSD will put it back in play. That's going to be DeSare Ingram there at the baseline. Long pass up the court to Shyler Thomas. Thomas guarded closely by Rainey Martin. Trying to get around her. Got a whistle, though. And Rainey Martin going to get called for a reach-in foul. Her first of the game. So MSD, as they weren't shooting, going to get the ball back in bounds near the home stands. And ball still back in, goes right back into play, right into the hands of Chloe Sterling, driving up the court. And her layup is good this time. 9-0 with 5:30 to go here in the first period. As West Lincoln starting to come alive against these Lady Bulldogs. Steal there. Chloe Sterling got a hand on it. And Gabby DeLong was trying to pass the ball to Elizabeth Burton, but didn't realize she was behind the center stripe, so she's going to commit the backcourt violation. As the Lady Bulldogs will inbound the ball. Going to be Shyler Thomas going back to inbound near the home bleachers once again on that sideline. Putting it in play, or trying to find somebody to get it to, rather. Long pass across the court to DeSare Ingram. Ingram, though, has the ball stolen away by Chloe Sterling and puts it up for an easy two. 11-0 your score, 5:15 to go here in the first period. And the ball put back in play. Thomas with it, being guarded closely by Jacayla Hunter, gets rid of it. Gabby DeLong going to intercept it more or less as she gets it over to Rainey Martin. Martin hands it off to Burton. Burton back to Martin. Martin to Gabby DeLong. Trying to get it to Jacayla Hunter under the hoop. And Hunter's first shot misses, but she gets her own rebound, lays up for two. 13-0, 4:45 to go here in the first. And gonna have a whistle as Yarborough for the Lady Dogs took a little too long to get the ball back in place, so now West Lincoln going to get it back at the baseline. Chloe Sterling now with it. Shoots right at the charity stripe. Can't make it go in. Rebound to the Lady Bears. Jacayla Hunter going to lay it up for two. So that's going to make it 15-0, 4:20 to go here in the first period. And Jacayla Hunter stealing the ball, going to lay it up, can't make it happen. Chloe Sterling right there to get the rebound. That's going to go in for two. 17-0, getting down to 4:10 now. Sterling on another steal, going to the hoop, and it'll roll out. Jacayla Hunter got a hand on it, going to go out of bounds. So MSD will get it at the baseline. So Lady Bears starting to run away with it. 17-0 is your score. Now the ball back in play. Apparently it was going to go back to West Lincoln after all. Lady Dogs, though, come up with it. Long pass there to number 3, Ingram, and she puts it up for the first points of MSD for tonight. 17-2 is now the score. As Chloe Sterling has the rock again, gives it off to Gabby DeLon. DeLon's shot going to be no good as Sterling gets the rebound, and that's going to go in for 2 on her shot. Now Ingram for MSD driving down the court, going to get a layup for 2. So MSD still very much in this game. West Lincoln in the lead, 19-4. 3:20 to go in the first period as Chloe Sterling got a wobbly pass but managed to keep it in bounds. Rainey Martin passes it to DeLon. DeLon back to Martin. Martin weaving through traffic, passes it back. Jacayla Hunter now with it. Puts it up, going to roll out. Another rebound. Sterling now with it, and that's going to go. Actually going to have a whistle and a foul here. So Sterling going to get fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Last time Chloe went to the free throw line, she missed both of her shots, so she's looking for some redemption here. That one goes in with no problem. Winner of this game will face Boca Chica for the championship on Friday. 7 o'clock is the tip-off. Next shot put up, that's going to be no good. Chloe Sterling there on the rebound, though. Try to put it up, no good. Jacayla Hunter got a hand on it, but now we got a whistle. Actually, they're going to say she committed a reach-in foul. So she'll pick up her first foul of the game as MSD gets the ball at the baseline with 2:55 to go here in the first. West Lincoln up 20-4. Another long pass down the court. Ball came loose. West Lincoln comes up with it. As Kylie Jurancic driving to the hoop. And layup is no good. MSD back with it to Sayer Ingram, number 3, taking her time. Getting across midcourt. Weaving through traffic. Chloe Sterling got a hand on it, but MSD keeps it. And number 24, Johnson putting up the three-pointer. That's going to be no good as Rainey Martin gets the rebound. And she's going to drive all the way to the hoop, and that's going to lay in for 2. 22-4 now with 2:15 to go in the first. And MSD had control of the ball. And going to charge Rainey Martin there with a block. So she'll pick up her first or second foul of the game, rather. MSD yet again getting the ball, doing this long pass down the court. And it's going to roll out of bounds at the opposite baseline. As West Lincoln will get it back on their offensive baseline. 2:12 to go here, 22-4. West Lincoln comfortably in the lead at this point as Jacayla Hunter receives the ball, passes it to Rainey Martin. Martin putting up the 3, going to come off the back of the iron. It's now MSD trying another long pass down the court, intended for Chyler Thomas. She got it right as it was about to go out of bounds, though. Weaving through traffic around Rainey Martin, putting up a wobbly shot, going to fall out, no good. Rainey Martin with it once again. Driving down the court, driving to the hoop, lays it up, no good. Now MSD. Number 11, Zion Rogers was trying to get another pass down the court, but she took one too many steps. So she committed the travel. West Lincoln will now get the ball at the baseline. 1:45 to go. Rainey Martin gets the ball. Tries for the 3, no good. And the ball going to go out of bounds off the hands of Kylie Jurancic. So MSD about to get it back once again. Look for them to do another one of those long passes as Maggie Lofton checking into the game, giving Elizabeth Burton a little bit of a break. MSD trying to inbound the ball. Another long dish and rolled it out on the floor, but nobody was home. And it'll go out of bounds somewhere around center court. And actually, they're going to give West Lincoln the ball at the baseline as the ball was never handled by anyone actually on the court. So here we go. Thrown in, Rainey Martin under pressure gets it. Hands it off to Jacayla Hunter. Jacayla Hunter going to take one too many steps this time, and she's going to commit the travel. So 1:36 to go here in the first. MSD going to get it back yet again. Kaylin Yarborough to put it in play for the Lady Bulldogs. And goes under the legs of one of the Lady Bulldogs. Jacayla Hunter gets the ball from Maggie Lofton and puts it up for two. 24-4, 1:28 to go here in the first period. As MSD back in control, passing the ball. Shyler Thomas with it now. Driving, finds traffic, runs into Rainey Martin. Martin gets a hand on it, gets her possession, drives to the hoop, and going to get fouled as she puts up a shot, and it's going to count, so she'll go to the line to try to make it a three-point play. So score now 26-4. West Lincoln, again, comfortably in the lead with 1:13 to go here in the first period. Again, it's Rainey Martin at the stripe to make this a three-point play, and she does. MSD putting the ball back in play and going to go right back out of bounds off the hands of Jacayla Hunter. MSD putting it back in play. Intercepted on the pass by Maggie Lofton. Lofton dishes it to Sterling. Sterling going to go down as she shoots. And the shot was good. It is going to count. And she did get fouled, so now she'll go to the stripe to try to make this a three-point play. 1:09 to go here in the first. And Sterling about to take her shot as she's gotten the ball from the official. Goes up, rolls out. MSD on the rebound. And got a whistle as Kaylin Yarborough for the Lady Bulldogs was handling the ball, took one too many steps, and now West Lincoln to get it back at the baseline. Kylie Jurancic going to put it in play. Jurancic gives it off to Jacayla Hunter. Hunter to Sterling. Sterling finding Jurancic in the corner. She's going to put up a Corey Myers and Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer. 32-4 with 55 seconds to go here in the first period. Getting close to mercy rule territory here as the Lady Dogs trying to keep that from happening, doing all they can, but the Lady Bears still on the attack as Chloe Sterling now with the ball after a steal from Kylie Jurancic. She's going to lay it up for two. Now got a whistle and actually going to be a timeout on the court. This is going to be a timeout called by MSD, so we'll be back here in just a moment. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, so here we go, getting back underway. 38 seconds to go here in the first after that timeout from the Lady Bulldogs. And West Lincoln, again, comfortably in the lead, 34-4. As, again, getting close to that threshold for the mercy rule to take effect. Most of the starters for West Lincoln still on the floor. I do see Brooklyn Huey is checked in. See, Maggie Lofton still in. That's the only other substitution that was made during that timeout. And ball promptly out of bounds once it was put back in play, and MSD going to put it back in play once again. Put into play as Kaylin Yarborough handled it, got it stolen away from her. And got a whistle and a foul. This one going to go against West Lincoln against Brooklyn Huey. Looks like she committed a push. And both teams actually now in the bonus. So this is going to send MSD to the stripe to shoot 2. Be number 15, Kaylin Yarborough, taking the free throws for the Lady Bulldogs. And first shot is up and no good. Rolled, acted like it was going to go in, but it rolled out. And Yarborough's second shot coming up. And took a little too long to do it, so West Lincoln will go ahead and get it back at the baseline. Clock goes, 35 seconds to go. Chloe Sterling driving down the court, finding Kylie Jurancic in the corner, putting up a 3. That's going to roll just out as Jacayla Hunter got the rebound, and that's going to take a roll but go in for 2 more. 36-4, 19 seconds to go here in the first. As MSD trying to put it back in play, Jacayla Hunter bats it back out of bounds. Ball finally back in play as Ingram comes up with it, weaves around traffic, actually doing a really good job of ball handling. Handed the ball off to Thomas, and the ball going to go out of bounds. And West Lincoln to get it back close to their bench. 6.1 seconds to go here in the first period. Chloe Sterling driving down the court, finding Jurancic in the corner once again. Jurancic putting up a shot, or actually that was Brooklyn Huey putting up a shot rather, right at the corner, or right at the buzzer. Going to fall out no good. So 36-4, that's the score as we go to the second. So we'll be back in just a moment. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
At Alpha, our friendly hometown team understands your life and unique needs. We understand you want great insurance coverage options, an easy claims process, and excellent service, all without breaking the bank. Call Alpha Insurance Agent Chris C. at 601-684-0500 for personalized service and products that fit your needs. Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, proud sponsor of the West Lincoln Bears and BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
ESPN, the Bears Sports Network.
Start of the second period is here. Fresh 8 on the board. And it's Chloe Sterling going to get things going here for the Lady Bears as she throws it to Huey. Huey finding Maggie Lofton. Lofton under pressure. Trying to get it over to Kylie Jurancic, but going to go out of bounds, and MSD will get it back near the home bleachers. So 36-4 is the score. And it's Shylar Thomas for the Lady Dogs. Long pass to Ingram right under the hoop, and that's going to fall out no good as she takes her shot. Rebound to the Lady Bears. There's a host of them down there. Chloe Sterling ends up coming up with it as she goes down the court, finding Brooklyn Huey. Huey to Lofton. Lofton being double teamed, finding Huey once again. Huey going to put up a wobbly three-pointer, and good job of Maggie Lofton keeping the ball from going out of bounds. Kylie Jurancic with the rock now, going to put up a 3, and that's going to fall in for Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance. Three-pointer for the Lady Bears. 39-4 with 7:12 to go in the second frame. As now the Lady Bulldogs coming down the court. Shylar Thomas under pressure. Ball stolen away by Kylie Jurancic. Jurancic going to go unopposed down the court and lays up for an easy 2. 41-4. As we are now in the threshold of the mercy rule to take effect, so we'll have a running clock here for the rest of the game. Steal there by Maggie Lofton, rather. A couple of shots put up back-to-back, no good. And she got fouled as she was trying to shoot. Rainey Martin going to come back into the game, check in for Chloe Sterling. Reach-in foul called in on Kaylin Yarborough. And no, they didn't go to the stripe. Rather, they figured she wasn't in the act of shooting. And another shot put up by the Lady Bears. Nothing doing there after Kylie Jurancic's shot. Ball came loose. Jurancic with it once again, putting up another three-pointer. That's off the back of the iron. MSD gets the ball back as Tessair Ingram drives down the court, puts up a shot. That's going to fall in for two. 41-6 with 6:10 to go here in the second period. It's now Brooklyn Huey under pressure, getting the ball across the court to Kylie Jurancic. Jurancic to Martin. Huey with it once again. And going to pass to Elizabeth Burton right under the hoop. Lofton with it now. Rainey Martin getting it over to Kylie Jurancic. Tries to shoot, but she commits the travel before she can get the shot off. Actually, I thought we were in the mercy rule territory, but we're not. Still stopping the clock, apparently. My apologies. Math was not my best subject in school. 41-6 is now your score. 5:45 to go. MSD, long pass to Chloe Johnson. And the Lady Bulldogs getting back on the board after Chloe Johnson putting up an easy two there for the Lady Bulldogs. So 41-8 is now your score. Shot put up. Three-pointer. That's going to count as Brooklyn Huey gets a Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance three-pointer for West Lincoln. 44-8. 5:20 to go here in the second period. Now Shyler Thomas weaving through traffic, going to the hoop, and got a whistle before she can get the shot off. Think she's the one that got fouled, unfortunately. And that foul is going to go against Kylie Jurancic, her first foul of the game. Maggie Lofton going to check out as we got Addie Myers checking in. Also, Gabby DeLon going to check in, or actually the subs haven't been made yet. Lofton thought she was getting subbed for now. Official said they had to wait till the first free throw was done. As Shyler Thomas puts up her first one, that's going to go in. So now Myers going to check in as well as DeLon. Next shot put up, that's going to be no good. As Brooklyn Huey came up with it, dishes it to Rainey Martin. Martin driving down the court, under pressure. Finds Huey once again. Huey figuring out where she wants to go, gets it back to Martin. DeLon to Myers. Myers going to put up a long shot. That's going to roll out no good. As Huey was under the hoop, got the rebound and tried to roll it to Rainey Martin, but unfortunately Martin was just not there to get it, so ball rolls out of bounds. MSD to inbound the ball in front of their bench. It's now Jamaria Johnson bringing it across center court. Long pass to Yarborough. Another pass to Ingram. Ingram going to try for a three, and she's going to get it. So that'll make it 44-12. West Lincoln still in the lead, but these Lady Bulldogs, I'm telling you, if they start shooting, they're dangerous. As Gabby DeLon putting up her own three, that's going to roll out no good. Rebound to the Lady Dogs, but we got a whistle. And it looks like Elizabeth Burton picking up her second foul of the game on a push. Clock is running, 3 minutes to go. As the ball is put into play, Gabby DeLon getting a steal, though, from MSD. And Addie Myers getting it over to Elizabeth Burton. Unfortunately, before she can get the ball passed, she's going to take one too many steps. So ball going back to MSD as Tessair Ingram coming in to put the ball back in play. And Ingram finding Chloe Johnson. Johnson getting it off to Yarborough pretty quick. And stolen away there, Brooklyn Huey intercepting a pass, but MSD gets it back as Thomas right under the hoop puts up a layup for two. 2:12 to go here in the second frame. Addie Myers with the ball from Rainey Martin, putting up a wobbly shot. It's not going to fall in. Rebound to Elizabeth Burton. Burton finding Rainey Martin. And ball loose on the floor. And going to have a jump ball called. Possession going to favor MSD. Clock continuing to run as I guess the mercy rule did go into effect after all. So just waiting for MSD to come and put the ball back in play as DeSayer Ingram going to do the honors in front of their bench. And tried to get the ball, looked like she was trying to get it to Shylar Thomas right at the scorer's table, but the ball went right back out of bounds. Lady Bears to get it back this time. Nope, they're going to say it goes to MSD again. Guess it came off of, it was either Burton or Martin that was right there at it. Thomas now with it for MSD, trying to get across center court, guarded closely by Rainey Martin. Finally gets across center court. Got a whistle. And Martin going to pick up her third foul of the game as she committed a reach. So Rainey Martin going to come out. Chloe Sterling going to check back in. As the clock continues to wind down with 55 seconds to go here in the second period. Ball back into play as Shylar Thomas, guarded closely by Sterling, dishes it to Ingram. Ingram going to try for a shot. It's going to be no good. Ball going to go out of bounds. As MSD will get it back at their offensive baseline. Down to 30 seconds to go. Ball put back into play. Chloe Sterling nearly stole it away, but then one of the Lady Bulldogs got a hand on it too. Possession going to favor West Lincoln after the jump ball. So Gabby DeLon putting it back in play to Chloe Sterling. Nope, they're going to say it actually goes into the baseline as the clock continues to run. 7 seconds to go, so not much time to do anything here. Sterling going to get the ball, get across center court. Looks like she'll try to take a shot at the buzzer. And nope, just did a couple of passes, so no shot was taken. And that's going to be the story that we go into halftime as Lady Bears leading 44-14 against the Mississippi School for the Deaf Lady Bulldogs. All right, want to thank our sponsors once again, Chris C. Alpha Insurance and Macomb, Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, as well as Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance. Franklin, did I say Franklin Ready Mix? I don't remember if I did, but Franklin Ready Mix and Wilson Timber. Thank them very much for sponsoring us here on BSPN. All right, so we'll be back after halftime. Stick around. Another half coming up here on BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BewareOfTheBears, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, so halftime's just about over. We're about to get back underway here in just a moment as the officials are coming back onto the court to get things going. So here's where we are as far as the bracket goes. Winner of this game going to move on to the championship game, and they will play against the Bogachita Lady Bobcats on Friday at 7 o'clock here at the Jack Case Gym. Loser of this game will go on to play Mount Olive in the consolation game of the girls' bracket, and that'll take place on Friday at 4 o'clock. On the boys' side, West Lincoln going to be in the consolation game on Friday at 5:30, and they will face off against the loser of Bogachita and Mount Olive, who will be playing this evening after this game is over at 8:30. We will not be carrying that game, but we'll have updated brackets available tomorrow on the BSPN Instagram. But also don't forget, no more games will be taking place until Friday night. So have a few days off to rest and regroup, as it'll be Piney Woods and Bogachita, and winner of Bogachita and Mount Olive in the championship game on the boys' side on Friday night at 8:30. So lots of good basketball to take place here Friday evening here at the Jack Case Gym, and the games that West Lincoln are playing in, we will have those here live on BSPN. And I've also been told that the championship games for Friday night on the boys and girls side will be broadcast on Magic 104.3. So that'll also be available to you, and I'll actually be on the call for those games on Magic 104.3. As we are back underway, Lady Bulldogs was trying to drive to the hoop, and ball ended up out of bounds. So now West Lincoln with the ball as Rainey Martin gets it from the baseline, driving up the court and finding Chloe Sterling right under the hoop. She's going to put it up for two. 46-14. Again, running clock here as the mercy rule has gone into effect. As the Lady Bears, again, comfortably in the lead, 46-14. As the ball goes out of bounds once again, and MSD will get it back at the baseline. Their defensive baseline, or rather, they're going to get it back in front of the West Lincoln bench. Jakayla Hunter guarding number 3, Ingram, closely. She gets a hand on the ball as it's put back into play. MSD retains control, though, driving down the hoop. And going to have a whistle is Bernard. Caden Bernard was trying to put up a shot to the Lady Bulldogs, and actually the ball, I believe she committed a travel. So Lady Bulldogs getting it, or Lady Bears rather, getting it back. Gabby DeLong put it in play, got it to Rainey Martin. Martin to Burton. Burton finding Sterling right under the hoop. Her layup, though, rolls out as Lady Dogs get the rebound. Now Jamaria Johnson with the ball, bringing it across center court, going to my right for the Lady Dogs. And Chloe Johnson dishing it over to Ingram. Ingram putting up a shot, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs as Johnson trying to put up another shot. Chloe Sterling on the rebound. And she's driving down the court, virtually unopposed, gets it to Elizabeth Burton, lays it up for two. 6 minutes to go here in the third frame. Lady Bears up 48-14. Got a couple of subs being made by MSD as Shyler Thomas going to check back in for Bernard. Shot put up by Chloe Sterling goes in. Didn't even realize we were back underway, but nonetheless, Lady Bears now up 50-14 after that layup from Chloe Sterling. Sterling on a steal as the ball was put back into play. Layup going to roll out as the Lady Bulldogs come up with it. Ball going to go out of bounds, and Lady Bears will get it back. Gabby DeLon putting it back in play, finding Jakayla Hunter in the corner. And Hunter going to drive to the hoop, but looks like she's going to get fouled and go to the line as she was trying to take a shot. And that foul going to be a reach-in foul against Kaylin Yarborough of the Lady Bulldogs, her third of the game. And that will send Jakayla Hunter to the line to shoot two. Clock continuing to run once again, less than 5 to go here in the third period. And Hunter's first shot going to bounce out, no good. So getting the ball back from the official, about to put up the second shot. And Hunter's next shot going to go up, and that's going to bounce off the rim. Jostle for the ball, going to go out of bounds off the hands of Kaylin Yarborough of MSD, so Lady Bears will get it back near the Jack Pack. We'll get it back near the Jack Pack. I'm a poet and didn't know it. As Rainey Martin dishes it to Gabby DeLon once again. DeLon nearly had it stolen away, but Martin going to come up with it. And Martin weaving through traffic, finding Sterling, who gets it to Jacayla Hunter right under the hoop, who lays it up for 2 more. 52-14, just under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. And ball put back into play, but batted right back out of bounds. MSD are actually going to be a timeout on the court now. Called, I believe, by MSD, yeah. So we'll take a timeout. Be back in just a moment. This is BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
At Alpha, our friendly hometown team understands your life and unique needs. We understand you want great insurance coverage options, an easy claims process, and excellent service, all without breaking the bank. Call Alpha Insurance Agent Chris C. at 601-684-0500 for personalized service and products that fit your needs. Chris C. Alpha Insurance Macomb, proud sponsor of the West Lincoln Bears and BSPN, the Bears Sports Network.
All right, getting back underway here. 3:48 to go after that timeout from MSD. 52-14 is your score as MSD about to put the ball back into play. It's going to be DeSayer Ingram at the baseline getting things going. Gets it over to Shylar Thomas. Thomas guarded closely. Ball going to step right out of bounds. Actually, they're going to say that I'm going to say Chloe Sterling got a hand on it, so that's what caused the ball to go out of bounds. So MSD will get it back. Shylar Thomas to put it back in play. Finds DeSayer Ingram. Ingram under close guard. Ball loose. Rainey Martin coming up with it. As Martin weaves through traffic, finding Gabby DeLon. DeLon going to drive to the hoop. That's going to be no good as Jacayla Hunter gets the rebound. Her shot is good. Lady Bears up by 40 now, 54-14, as the clock continues to run. As the ball bumped out of bounds, Lady Bears, though, will get it back. Bumped right after it was put back in play by MSD. Now a host of subs going to come in for West Lincoln. See Addie Myers there on the court, as well as Maggie Lofton. Chloe Sterling going to stay in, as is Rainey Martin. And Kylie Jurassic in the game as well. She's going to take a three. That's going to be no good as the Lady Bulldogs get the rebound. Jamaria Johnson going to bring it across the center stripe. Finds Ingram. Ingram putting up a three-pointer off the back of the iron, so that's going to fall no good. Rainey Martin getting the rebound as she drives down the court, making her way to the hoop. Going to lay it up, and that basket should count if she gets fouled, and she'll go to the line to make this a try to make this a three-point play. Yeah, foul gonna. Well, they put number 4 up on the board, but I don't see a number 4 for MSD on the court. That foul was against MSD. They probably meant to put up DeSayer Ingram, as Rainey Martin's shot does go in, and she will make this a three-point play. So 57-14 with 2:20 to go in the third frame. As MSD driving down the court. Johnson with it once again. Finding Thomas. Thomas guarded close by Rainey Martin. Martin gets bumped. And the official is going to blow it dead. As number 15, Kaylin Yarborough, going to get called for the shove. That's her 4th foul of the game. So it looks like she's going to come out. And Jashia Morris going to check in for MSD. Ball back into play with Chloe Sterling getting a long pass, driving down, finding Addie Myers. Are going to put up a two-pointer. So Addie Myers getting some points in the game tonight as we get down to 1:15 to go here in the third period. Jamaria Johnson with the ball. Long pass over to Kaylin Thomas. Or Shylar Thomas, rather. Thomas still with the ball. Gonna find Chloe Johnson, who puts up the shot, no good. Rebound to Addie Myers. Gonna hand it off to Rainey Martin, making her way down the court. Gonna get it over to Kylie Jurassic. Jurassic gets it to Sterling behind her. Sterling gonna find Jurassic once again. Jurassic guarded close, finds Addie Myers. Myers, long pass over to Rainey Martin, who shoots the three. That's gonna be no good. Addie Myers with the rebound, lays it up, and that's gonna be no good. And she'll go to the stripe as she got fouled as she was shooting. That one going against Chloe Johnson of the Lady Bulldogs. So Addie Myers going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Sees Zanaya Newton getting ready to check in, as well as Brooklyn Huey. And Myers, first shot from the line, going to bounce off the back of the iron, no good. Buzzer about to sound, but she's still at the line. They got to finish this up before they can officially have the end of the third. Actually going to stop the clock until her shot's done, and that's going to bounce off the front of the rim, no good. And that'll do it for the third period. West Lincoln up 59-14 as we go to the final frame. And we'll be right back here on BSPN, the Bear Sports Network.
BSPN is a production of Strangely Warmed Media. To learn more, visit our website at strangelywarmed.media.
BSPN.
Final period about to get underway here at the Jack. Lady Bears in the lead, 59-14. As we get ready to get back underway, I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Chris C. Alpha Insurance, Macomb, Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, Corey Myers of Higginbotham Insurance, Brookhaven, and Wilson Timber. Thank you all very much for supporting West Lincoln Athletics, and we still have sponsorships available as we get ready for the spring streaming season for baseball and softball. It'll be getting underway very soon. So hit us up. Love to talk to you about getting your business featured here on BSPN. As Brooklyn Huey took a three-point shot, it's going to fall out no good. MSD with the rebound, and ball came loose. Maggie Lofton getting it over to Zanaya Newton. Newton driving down the court and trying to figure out where she wants to go with it. Looking for somebody open, finds Brooklyn Huey. And Huey back to Newton, going to find Jurancic. Jurancic dishing it to Lofton. And Huey going to end up with it, taking a three-point shot. That's going to be off the mark. So air ball there for Brooklyn Huey as the ball sails out of bounds, and MSD to put it back in play. Next up here at the Jack is going to be Bogachita and Mount Olive here in boys action at 8:30 tonight. And again, we will not be carrying that game, but we'll have the updated brackets available on our social media tomorrow morning to let you know who all is going to be in consolation games and championship games on Friday. Lady Bears with the ball as Brooklyn Huey finds Maggie Lofton. Lofton going to get it over to Zanaya Newton. Passing it finally to Addie Myers. Putting up, I believe that was a two-pointer. Yep, two-pointer. Thought she was real close to the arc, so I wasn't sure, but they're going to say it was a two-pointer. Nonetheless, Lady Bears go up 61-14 thanks to Addie Myers. MSD with it now as Johnson takes a three-pointer. That's going to fall no good. Brooklyn Huey getting the rebound, and she'll get it to Zanaya Newton. And Newton finding Jurassic. And Newton going to take the three-point shot. That's going to roll out no good. MSD with the rebound. Shylar Thomas driving down the court, takes a shot right as the whistle is sounded. And had a foul on the floor. It's going to be Zanaya Newton's first foul of the game. Didn't see what she did. I guess she did maybe a a reach or something or other. MSD with the ball once again. Three-point attempt by Thomas was no good. West Lincoln coming up with it. Maggie Lofton dishes it to Zanaya Newton. Newton driving down the court, finding Kylie Jurassic. Jurassic passing it back to Newton. Newton guarded closely by Shylar Thomas. Newton going to take the shot right at the arc, but that's going to be no good. As the ball goes out of bounds. Getting down to 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the fourth period. It's more Lady Bears subs getting ready to check in. Got Addie Grace Bruce about to check in, as well as Sally Case. And ball going to go out of bounds, I believe. I'm not sure. Haven't seen who they're going to give it to yet as Case and Bruce check in. Addie Myers and Maggie Lofton going to go to the bench. All right, so MSD going to inbound the ball now. And long pass. Finding Zion Rogers. And, okay, so after that, okay, she shot it, but she shot it into her own goal. So West Lincoln just got 2 more points. She got really excited after a long pass, went over center court, and ended up shooting it into West Lincoln's goal. So now West Lincoln up 63-14. Another long shot taken. Three-pointer there made by Shylar Thomas. More than making up for that error there just a moment ago. As West Lincoln now with the ball once again. As Thomas going to get the ball for MSD and going to take another three-point shot. That's going to roll out no good. Sally Case, or I'm sorry, Addie Grace Bruce got the rebound. MSD got it right back, though, going to put it up for 2 more. 3.5 to go. 63-19 is your score. Again, West Lincoln comfortably in the lead as we got a little collision there between Zanaya Newton and Shylar Thomas. And they're going to call Thomas there on a tripping. And Thomas steals the ball away from Zanaya once again. West Lincoln gets the loose ball yet again. Kylie Jurassic control the ball for West Lincoln. Zanaya Newton now with it. Back to Jurassic. And Jurassic going to drive to the hoop herself. Shot goes out, no good. As the ball goes out of bounds. And MSD will get it back at their defensive baseline. Just over 2.5 minutes to go. As West Lincoln, again, comfortably in the lead, 63-19. So, safe to say, pretty much over here at this point. So as we get close to the end of the game, we'll give another rundown of the brackets and where we are here in just a moment. MSD has the ball currently as it sails out of bounds over the scorers table. So that's going to be West Lincoln's ball once again. As Kylie Jurassic puts it back in play. Zanaya Newton coming across the court with the ball. And Addie Grace Bruce putting up a shot. That's going to be good for 2. Just under 2 minutes to go, 65-19. West Lincoln in the lead. See, after the final buzzer, we'll just give you your updated brackets and where we stand as of now. MSD with the ball, putting up a shot. That's going to go behind the backboard and be no good as it goes out of bounds. 1:23 to go here as West Lincoln getting the ball back. Zanaya Newton going to bring it across the center stripe. Finds Brooklyn Huey. Huey finding Sally Case. And Case under pressure going to try to get a shot off. Keeps the ball from going out of bounds. Finding Zanaya Newton. Newton shooting another 3. Oh, that's going to roll just out. Very, very close as we get down to a minute to go. Johnson driving to the hoop for MSD. That's going to fall out no good. And the ball going to go out of bounds. West Lincoln to get it back. Jurassic puts it back in play, hands it to Zanaya Newton. Newton, long pass down the court to Sally Case, and Case going to put it up. That's going to roll out, no good. Rebound to Brooklyn Huey, finding Case once again. Case going to try it again. That's also going to fall, no good. As West Lincoln in control with 30 seconds to go. Again, it's pretty much over at this point. Just got to wait for that final buzzer as MSD still trying to make some things happen. And Shyler Thomas just kind of standing near midcourt, dribbling the ball as the clock winds down to 10 seconds to go. Passes it to Jamaria Johnson, and both benches just kind of standing up, getting ready for the handshake. They know it's over. Shot at the buzzer, almost went from midcourt. As Shyler Thomas got really close to making that three-pointer at midcourt. But, folks, you can wrap it up in green and white as West Lincoln Lady Bears move to the championship game, 65-19 against the Mississippi School for the Deaf. All right, so here's where we are. West Lincoln going to be in the championship game against Bogachita on Friday night at 7 o'clock. That game will be live on BSPN and Magic 104.3. So I'll have the call for that, so we'll look forward to that. So, again, West Lincoln making it to the championship game against Bogachita Friday at 7 o'clock. MSD will play against Mount Olive in the consolation game on Friday at 4. So after tonight, no more games until Friday. We got a prayer happening at midcourt, so I'm going to be quiet. Good display of sportsmanship there by both teams as both teams went to midcourt for a prayer after the game. All right, so that was the girls' bracket. West Lincoln, again, will be in the championship game against Bogachita on Friday night at 7 o'clock. All right, on the boys' side, West Lincoln defeated by Piney Woods. So Piney Woods going to move to the championship game on the boys' bracket. That game will be Friday night at 8:30. That game will be live on Magic 104.3. Facing off against the winner of the next game, which is Bogachita and Mount Olive. They'll be playing in about 30 minutes. We will not be carrying that game, but we'll have the result tomorrow morning on the BSPN social media. So Piney Woods and the winner of this next game against between Bogachita and Mount Olive will face off in the boys' championship Friday at 8:30. That game, most likely, as far as I know anyway, going to be live on Magic 104.3. West Lincoln and the loser of this game will face off for the third-place game on Friday at 5:30. That game, with West Lincoln being in it, will be live here on BSPN. All right, want to thank our sponsors one more time before I sign off. Chris C. Alpha Insurance, Macomb, Pike National Bank, Franklin Ready Mix, Corey Myers, Higginbotham Insurance, Brookhaven, and Wilson Timber. Thank you very much for sponsoring the broadcast and social media here on BSPN. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. I'm Jonathan Tullis. I will talk to you Friday live from the Jack for the championship and consolation games of the 7-1A tournament here at the Jack. So for everybody here tonight and everybody here at West Lincoln, thanks for joining in. Have a good night. We'll talk to you Friday.
Thanks for joining us on BSPN. Find our schedule of games at bspn.live.